if we know that's likely not that SSD. Eventually, we get to a point to where we simplified it down, and then boom, it doesn't exhibit itself anymore. So now we can start bringing stuff back in.
Good morning, Larry.
What's so damn good about it?
It's snowing here.
Yeah, right. Well, I woke up at 1 o'clock at first. I went back to bed, and then I woke up at 3, and then I woke up at 4. But when I got up at 4, I looked up at my security cameras, and I could see flashing lights, and there was a cop right in front of my driveway, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I go out there, and there's like fucking 10 fucking cops across the street. I guess they had a warrant for the arrest for somebody in one of the drug houses.
Wow. 10 cops, huh?
At least there was at least 10 cop cars here.
It's just crazy. God damn. Watching the system work is just crazy.
Well, we got to spend $20,000 to make two.
For real. Shit.
Well, what the hell are
Eh,
you thinking?
It's probably a jaywalking warrant.
Probably. I went out there and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because, like I said, they were right in front of my damn driveway. And it was funny because when I went out there, they were all talking to each other, just standing around, doing nothing basically. And I go out there and I go, what the hell's going on out here? And they all look at me and they all start scattering for their cars. And they're like, oh, we got who we're looking for. And it's funny though. Like I said, they were all just standing around doing nothing, just talking. And then as soon as I say something, oh, we got to look like we're busy or doing something.
Right. Like a bunch of kids caught with their hands in the cookie jar, right?
Exactly.
Oh. Did you watch any live last night, Larry?
Yeah.
Yo. Sometimes I just shake my damn head and laugh because 5 hours later that no one came to any resolution.
Do they ever?
I don't think so. I'm starting to wonder, like, do they argue just to argue?
Well, yeah. Arguing brings numbers.
Of course. Brings the views. It brings all the idiots to the yard. It's just insane and they don't even get the big picture.
Yeah, I did hear a few interesting things, though.
Oh yeah? Some things that make you go, hmm.
Well, I don't know if it was true or not, but it was kind of interesting, and it does seem kind of funny.
I think it's funny that people put some dots out there and they think people can't connect the dots, and you do.
Yeah. My problem is most of these channels have changed their damn names so many times. I don't know what the hell they're calling themselves. So the only time I can see them is when they're being restreamed.
Yep. Or one time I went through my subscription list and I'm like, who the hell is that? And I go on it like, oh, you just changed your name.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, with mine, it's weird. The weirdest thing is it says like now I have 70 subscribers, but I can only see like 30 of them.
Ah, really?
It's been that way since I started. I don't know how or why people are hiding their subscription status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that incognito mode or whatever.
It's got to be something like that.
So who knows who's even crawling around these places because you can't see them.
Yeah. Did you see my title?
Mm. I did, but I don't recall it in this moment.
It says 999% more than previous 28 days. That was my subscription status.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yesterday I was in that stream and I'm just watching these guys, and all I had to say was, I got 99 problems, and fighting on the internet ain't gonna be one.
No way. Tell me it's not true.
My old man finally got paid.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
did you hear 10 more banks are going to go bankrupt?
shit, really?
Yeah, and one of them okay, this is what's kind of weird is when I first got my disability, I figured I'd go and get the card that, disability or Social Security is offering, and that was from US Bank.
Yeah,
It said US Bank Direct Express on it.
yeah.
Well, the one thing that I found out to begin with is you didn't have an account at US Bank. You could go in there and, say I want to get some money in my account or whatever, and they tell you don't have an account here. And I'm like, well, it says US Bank right here. Well, yada, 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 right?
Huh.
Well, somewhere along the line, I guess US Bank sold their contract or discontinued their contract, or their contract was up, which of the three I'm not sure of. But then they went, and now my thing I think still says US Bank, I'm not sure, but now it's drawn off of Commercia Bank.
What?
And that last night, that's one of the banks now that are going bankrupt.
You want to hear another little tidbit of information, Larry? When this was going on last week, on Friday, they said they came out with the federal government is shutting down Signature Bank.
Right.
If Signature Bank goes, the financial system collapses. Those are the federal government's words. So then I was watching Dabu 777 or something like that, and he put up a list of the top 10 banks in the United States. You know, it's not on that list. Signature Bank.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute. How can a bank be so pivotal as to be a catalyst of a make or break system, and it's not even a top 10 bank?
Well, and then plus what's even funnier is since that's happened, Bank of America's gotten 15 million new depositors.
Well, the thing that pops into my head immediately when you say that is they're consolidating banks. Why?
Well, what people did is they took their money out of like Signature or whatever and put it in Bank of America because they feel that Bank of America is too big to fail, basically.
Well, what really broke the bank was the bank said, hey, I can't pay my bill. I got to consolidate some money or liquidate some assets to pay my bill. And that's what they were doing. But the investors and the customers, the big customers, not little people, the big customers were like, oh shit, this bank can't pay his bill. I'm going to pull my money out of it. They pulled $40 billion out of that fucking bank. That's what collapsed the bank is the investors
Right.
took their money out. So when Biden come out and said, no, don't worry, you're going to get your money back because it's the investors who are going to lose because it was their investment, and that's part of investing is losing. And I'm thinking, how are they going to lose their money if they already pulled their money out of the bank?
Well, not only that, if the government's going to back them up.
They're only going to back them up to 250,000.
Right, but you see what I'm saying, though? I mean, you're not really losing if you're not losing, type thing is what I'm saying.
Well, that's
You
what,
know,
right, right. But where is that money going to come from then if it's not coming from the loss of the investor?
well, it's the old typical you pay a debt with a debt. What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, that's true. Rob Peter to pay Paul, right?
Yeah, but they're both debts. How come they
Yeah,
can pay a debt with a debt and we can't?
exactly. Yes. Or sell it. Like you said with your bank, they sold the contract or didn't renew it or something. And it's not the first time I heard that about banks selling people's mortgages and stuff. Then all of a sudden, people with mortgages are dealing with someone else who who don't give a shit, who aren't personally involved because they bought the debt.
Right, and the biggest thing for me is like I never knew that contract got changed until I looked at my card or I had to call them or something, and I went, wait a minute, this isn't, direct
And you
express.
didn't re-sign a contract with anybody.
No.
And this is what I'm saying. Like when if you go to the bank, we'll just say ABC Bank, and you say, ABC Bank, I need a mortgage. And ABC Bank says, okay, we're going to do this with you. We're going to sign the contract. When they sell the contract, to me, it is an illegal transaction because you don't have the agreement of both parties.
Right.
But somehow there's some fucking loophole that this can happen if you're a damn corporation. And nobody stood up to say, wait a second, no, my name's not on that contract. I'm going to fight this. I'm not paying you. I'm going to pay this person. That never happened. I never understood why.
Well, and the biggest thing for me is I don't really, hey, Nude, how you doing, man?
I
I don't
knew.
understand how a bank can go bankrupt to begin with when, first of all, they have what's called fractional banking. So that means they can have $1 and pretend it's $100 basically.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, all the people's money in that bank, they used to be able to loan out 90% of it, of our money. Now they can loan out 100% of your money. So say you have $1,000 in the bank. Well, you really don't have $1,000 in the bank because they loaned it all out.
Right, right, right.
So,
So when
yeah,
people come to call in, they literally have nothing to give.
well, no, what they do is say my $1,000 isn't there, but your $1,000 is. So they take your $1,000 from you and give it to me.
Until I come calling.
Right.
And then it's a circle jerk of fucking.
Oh yeah, the left hand's jerking you off while the right hand's jerking me off.
Exactly.
And neither one of us get a reach around.
Exactly. And then you want to see solutions. There's people out there seeking solutions. And I don't mean solutions like um investment or things like that. Like eventually the system is gonna collapse. What the fuck are people gonna do? And people argue instead of answer that question.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I heard these 10 more banks are going under, I contacted Wolf Lady and says, hey, you better tell your dad if he's got more than $250,000 in one bank, he better start distributing that shit.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was so pissed yesterday with my husband not getting paid. I went to go pay the property taxes, and all I thought in my head was, wait, because if shit hits the fan, property taxes is the least of our worries.
Right.
And I got time to pay that. So, I mean, I'm going to pay it now. He got paid, but we're treading carefully with what's going on in the world, you know?
See what Nudie said?
Let me see. They can actually loan 10 times whatever it is in the bank by asking the Federal Reserve to give them a 900%. These days, it's just digits in a computer. It's all a fraud. Yo, 100%, but 900% the loan. What the hell are they thinking?
Are they? Come on.
No. They're asking for 900% of a loan with only
Like I said, they have $1 and they get 1,000 for it.
that's just disgusting. That you know what? I really wish there weren't so many sheep in the world because even logically what New Guru just said should make people stand up and be like, what the actual hell is going on here? Morning,
Well,
Austin.
and the biggest thing too is if they can do it and if it's legal for them to do it, why in the hell can't we do it?
Because we're lowly subjects. We don't have the right to do it. We don't deserve to do it.
Right, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, but
Why isn't it the old what's good for the goose is good for the gander? You know?
I mean, for me personally, I'm glad. I'm glad we weren't allowed to step foot into that disgusting fiasco because it's gonna be a break point. There's
Yeah.
always gonna be a break point when it's not an equal exchange, and 900% is nowhere near an equal exchange. But here down on earth, us lowly people, if we don't have the assets or whatever the bank wants, a nice credit score, you're not going to get shit. You know, let me read what Nude says. That's why it's called fractional reserve. Their reserves are a fraction of what they can borrow and lend out. This has been going on ever since fiat money creation. And he goes on to say, you can do it too. You just need the balls to stand up to the Gestapo. However, it's not necessarily freedom. It's not necessary. Freedom is much better. Nature is where all the real riches are at. Yes, I 100% agree with that, Nate. And I think my biggest problem with people talking on these lives is that they get caught up in the moment and they never get to the brass tacks of what we really need to do. There's 300, almost 400 million people in this country. I think a game plan is in order, right?
That'd be thinking too logical. What the hell are you thinking, girl?
I know.
Wait. You were thinking that's the biggest problem right there.
I know. I should just take my number and get at the end of the line, right?
Well, duh. We are now serving number 3, and you are 246,587.
Waiting time will be ...
24,374 years.
I hope you brought lunch.
The next available assistant will be right with you.
Oh, all of our lines are busy. Call back later. Click.
Yeah.
We could spend all day just talking about the many times and variations in which a corporation, when held their hands over the coals, figure out a way to hang the fuck up on you.
Well, it's like I hate calling my, lack of better words, we'll call it bank, because every time I call there, it's at least a 3-hour phone call, if not
Oh,
longer.
that's insane.
And then it's like every time I do call, they make their problem my problem, basically. Oh, well, you got to submit this and submit that and do this and do that. And I'm like, the fucker stole my goddamn money. Give it back to me. Well, you got to
Right?
prove that they stole it to you. What the fuck?
I'm here telling you it was an unauthorized transaction. That's your proof, stupid.
Exactly.
Shit. See, that's why I like to visit places in person if I can, because they have a hard time beating around the bush while you're in person.
Right.
But over the phone, I mean, I hate over the phone shit. Though, and I've told people like Social Security, social services, I will come down there. Do you need me to come down there? Because they'll come down there right now. No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't need to do that. Then work with me, or I'm coming down there.
Yeah, exactly.
And they hate that shit. I think they use the vid just to keep people from being in person, from being active, like physically active and doing something.
Well, the thing that gets me too is like my bank is supposedly Commercia. I don't think there's even one of those banks here in this city, for one.
I
So I
never even heard of it.
And so I can't go to that bank. And then it's like, so you got to call, and I don't know, the whole thing's just really screwed up.
Nude says, I would encourage you folks to take a look at the description in the front video on my channel to learn about the project I am working on. It's all about solutions for everyone worldwide.
What's the video called?
Yeah, what's the video called, Nude? So we can check it out. Well, wait a second. He put another comment. Anyone on the path of self-reliance and cooperative allying with others of like mind is definitely already on the path of solutions. However, it's a process and everyone's path is unique. Baby steps. Absolutely. Here in Colorado, Fatheads and Ventures in Homesteading has a yearly meetup in June. And it's music, it's bartering, it's a whole bunch of people getting together. I can't wait. This will be my first time, because I think people need to find this within their own state, in their own area of the state. Because without other people, and a lot of narcissists hate this, but without other people, surviving is most difficult. Not impossible, but most difficult when doing it alone.
Yeah, I just remembered what else I was going to say. What's kind of screwed up about my so-called bank is, since there are none of those banks in this town, as far as I know, when I go to the bank, when I first get paid, it costs me $3 to get the money from the bank. And then there's supposedly cash machines. Now, the biggest word is supposedly. Cash machines where I could draw money out that are supposedly not supposed to cost me anything. But there's two problems. One, it does cost me 85 cents. And then two, you can't take more than $200 out of that at a time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. See, I heard of these.
It's cheaper for me to go to U.S. Bank and get my, $800 out to pay my bills, and cost me $3 than it does to go to the machine that's supposedly not supposed to cost me anything and then have to draw out $200 at a time.
I heard these things, Larry, before I was on Social Security myself. Um, in the beginning, with my son, I had them send a check. Well, when I knew I was going to move and I had to get my stuff all straightened out, hold on, my dog's caught up in something. Jeez, Moo, what are you doing here? Okay, here we go. I heard these stories about it not showing up on the card on time, or like you're saying, you can only take out so much. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I don't live by the standards of others, so I got a direct deposit. And now we're years later, and now they're starting, like, you know how they used to have to inform the federal government if you did like 10,000 or more. If you did anything above $10,000 or more, you got to sign papers, even though it's your money, and even tell where it's going.
Right.
And in the last year, I heard that number is going to drop down to like $600.
Yeah, they're trying to track basically every dollar there is that you're spending now.
The video is called The Freedomist Project Pre-Launch Mini Trailer. Some elaboration is in the written description, as well as a link to the pre-launch website where it's fully explained.
Cool. Thank you,
I'm
Nude.
definitely gonna go check that out. Because without, like I said, in my brain as a human, accepting I'm a human, a social creature, even if they're small groups, people need to come together in this shit
Yep.
and not argue. Seriously. I mean, the arguing is feeding the beast.
No way. Come on.
I hate fucking arguing. I really, I don't, and I especially don't like being pushed into an argument or forced to take sides or, you know, any of that goddamn childish playground bullshit. So maybe it's good it's happening now, guys. Maybe it's ugly to see, but it's good to see it's happening because we don't want to be dealing with that kind of nonsense when shit's already hit the fan. And we're still going to be dealing with characters. Don't get me wrong. I get that, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, with the banks closing and that's going after Germany and China and all that other bullshit, I think we're biting off more than we can chew, and we're going to be big time fucked here before too long.
I think they're playing the same freaking game as 1918, 1919, 1920. What are they going to tell us next? Everything's great. Everybody party?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not falling for that shit. And that's the thing. This is a repetitive system. And if it worked once, then they're going to try it twice. And if it works a second time, they're going to just make a pattern of utilizing that system against the people to manipulate behavior. And why they're going to do it? Because way too many people freaking do it.
Well, the biggest problem, I think, is, we keep talking about, our deficit, how we owe, something like $14 trillion now in the hole. Well,
$14 trillion? Go ahead, Larry.
it's something like that. I don't know the exact amount, but I know it's a lot of fucking money. But anyway, the easiest way to solve that deficit is, like I said many times, would be to cut our military costs, because we're spending 3 times the amount of 10 countries together. And those part of those 10 countries is China, Germany, and some other big countries. Yeah. You put all those countries together, and we still spend 3 times the amount of all those 10 countries together. So therefore, if we're spending 3 times the amount of all these other superpowers, if we took all that money away from them, I would think we should be able to pay our deficit off pretty fucking quick. But you notice how every time, like when they were giving us we're going to give you $1,200, but we got to vote on it, and the Republicans don't want to give you money, and blaming on each other fucking thing. Yeah. But do you ever hear of them voting on, we're going to give fucking Ukraine more money, or we're going to send more military equipment over there, or the military needs another $20 billion? No, you never hear about any of that. It's just they need money, check the box. They need money, check the box.
Their ink is dry before they ever even tell us what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
New Guru says, I graduated from the sandbox around grade 2. Most of my peers are still stuck in there fighting over Tonka trucks that they think they own. Their choice. It's their choice now, Nude. What concerns me is when shit does hit the fan and they bring that choice to others because of their need, because of their lack of doing. Like, my husband and I have talked about this, and have talked about the people who are ill prepared for whatever happens in life. And like, as a family, what are we going to do about it? So we started collecting things like just for that purpose, because I don't want to let someone starve at the same time. Hey, what are you doing on it? At the same time, I don't want to open up my house to strangers I don't know.
What are you talking about? I'm halfway to your house.
I sort of know you, so you're only half a stranger, Larry.
Damn it! I thought I had something going on, and you're just gonna put a kink in my works, huh?
This is the sad reality of it all, really. And last night proved to me that they are circle jerking nothing. Like, usually people are like circle the wagons, as a protection thing. But this arguing is just, you're circle jerking around nothing, because there's no gold nugget inside. There's no little tiny bit of truth that's going to help people.
Well, plus they're really quick to point fingers, but they never point fingers on really anybody specific. It's, this is happening, that's happening, but we're not sure why it's happening.
Right. They're caught up on whether somebody loses their house or not. The picture is way bigger than that, and I think it's funny because the whole situation of losing a house, I know this for a fact. It's months. It's months and months and months long. So you kind of already know what's going to happen in the end. It's just the process takes months and months long. So for people to even talk about somebody else's bullshit, like they have the whole story and can make a definitive decision about it, it's all bullshit. And it's all just idiots arguing. Why? Because you're willing to argue about it.
Yeah.
I gave 2 houses back. Not 1, but 2. The first one had lead poison. The second one had freaking poison as well. And even the process of giving that house back in a legit manner, so as it doesn't come back and bite me in the ass, took months. So, like, on some sense, I think one side's yanking the other person's chain to get a response, and then the other person yanks the other person's chain to get a response, and you might as well call it WWE and sell some fucking tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Try to get something out of nothing.
Seriously, I mean, if you're gonna make a mockery even of yourself, get something for it. Don't wind up with absolutely nothing. Look, daughter. Oh, your dog brought me this. I think he's hungry. These dogs are so funny. But I love it. It's so natural. When a dog needs to eat and it has a way of communicating, it tells you. The animal world is making humans look like a bunch of idiots. They're not just
Newt,
flinging their poop. They're wiping their ass. They're smelling their finger.
Newt's got another good comment up.
Okay, here I go. My personal rule compass. My personal rule compass, number 1, teach the willing. Number 2, ignore the ignorant. Number 3, enjoy the freedom and benefits of responsibility and cooperative living. Mary, you had asked earlier, what will people do as shit continues to hit the fan? 3 choices. Learn how to be self-reliant, eat each other, or die, or just die. You're absolutely right. Oh my God, you're absolutely right. And our job as aware people is to know that is if you can, adjust accordingly. If you can't, protect yourself. Newt, I'm so glad you brought that up because people are complicating survival, and I don't think survival is that complicated. I mean, society's giving us a tough time, but if there was no society and we still had our talent of hunting and gathering, nobody would be stressed out. Am I wrong there, Larry?
Oh no.
I'm
You're
trying
just
not to get, huh?
but you see, actually you're not right either. You're left. So there.
Shit, and all this time.
That's what I always tell people, like, are you right? And I say, no, I'm left.
I never used to find the humor in it, and I do now because when you see the big picture, you can find humor in like what you're saying, Larry. All this time you've been trying to be right, and you've been left the whole time.
That's right.
Left behind. My daughter's like left behind.
Every once in a while, being obstinate does bring you 2 steps forward.
Yep. Natural survival is awesome. Corporate survival is ludicrous. That's what Newt said. Absolutely. And they've sold their solution frame of mind as gold. And what happened in Viddy Vidvid that really upset everybody is they were sheep that woke up for a second saying, but wait a minute, Mama Government. You're supposed to help us. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then here comes a little payment from the Trumpster, and then all the sheep put their freaking heads down again and keep eating the damn grass.
Kind of like I heard something kind of interesting last night on a video. It's like, and I forgot all about this, is when Truman was, one of his main deals he got elected on is we're going to go in Fort Knox and see exactly how much gold we have, for our backing. That was his premise to being elected. Well, he got
Mhm.
elected. They went into Fort Knox, and they only counted, I think it was like a 1/10% of supposedly what was there, and they just estimated, what the rest was. And oh, yeah, looks like everything's cool, but they never did tell us how much was there.
Yo, they counted 10 pennies and called it $1. Are you serious?
Something like that, and it's like, and now the guy's like, I'm not even sure if we have any fucking gold left at all or not.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought it back to that because when you were talking about the military and stuff and the money that's put towards that direction, what really hit me is, remember I was talking yesterday about our country coming to the 250-year mark?
Yeah.
I think the government's prepping for that.
Could be.
I think it's prepping for that because think about it. Let's just use the earth as a foster care home. And all these older countries are all these older kids that are starting to grow up out of the system. And then they see this newbie coming along and it gets spoiled rotten. No, Johnny, you don't have to listen. You don't have to follow the rules. You don't have to eat the dinner. No, Johnny, no. I hate that generation. To me, that's a generation of people. No, Johnny, no. They're definitely doing it behind closed doors, and I definitely don't want the people to know that they're prepping for something big because they see what I see. 250 years, you done pissed off all the older kids, so when the foster parents are gone, they're gonna beat your little ass,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that how the natural source of how things go, right? If we're talking age of things, because that matters. In my mind, if a kid were to come in my house and got spoiled rotten, hell yeah, we'd have some words when mom and dad ain't home, right?
Yeah. But it's easier to throw a tent attach them and flail on the floor and stomp our legs and hands.
Hey, it's worked for this country for 247 freaking years. Oh, look at this land. I want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Somebody's mama never told them no. And you can tell, I know you guys, you've met people that you walk away with. Your mama ain't never told you no.
Yeah.
And your daddy evidently didn't spank you, Not that I condone violence.
I condone adult violence.
Uh-oh, we got Moose.
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 Moose is dark there, Moose. Is everybody still sleeping?
Must be.
I think Moose is still sleeping too. Moose, we can't hear you.
He's broken. Too much trouble.
I think your slave link is stealing your words, Moose.
We have
The
Michael
darkness has
Stevens.
consumed
We have Michael Stevens in the house saying hello to everybody from Barcelona, Spain.
Good morning, Michael. It is nice to see you again. How is the weather over there in Spain?
And I want to know when you're sending me my plane ticket.
I don't know. It depends on. Oh no, he ain't close to that. Spain ain't. Did you know? Remember when that volcano La Palma went on?
Not
Couple years,
offhand.
like 2 years ago, maybe now. When the media talking heads were talking about it, they said that Spain had colonized La Palma in like the 1950s. And La Palma is like near Africa.
Hi. Hi.
Good
getting
morning.
Give
Good
me big.
morning,
Oh,
baby
damn
girl.
it.
Oh, bummer. I wonder if she hit a button.
No, Daddy, I don't want to say hello to the grown people.
No, Daddy, no.
There she is.
There she is. Yes, he is. Look
There's
at
the
oh,
smile. There's the smile.
Oh, come on, give him a smile. Don't be all
yeah,
grumps like
it's a smile. I'm trying
She
to show
did.
her my little baby turtle. Whoa, that makes me look creepy. Don't do that.
Hi. Hi. Oh, you got something in your hand? Can I have
oh.
that? Can I
I
have the
got a
prize?
little turtle. What you got, little pretty girl? And then I got a froggy. Look at my froggy.
Oh.
Froggy.
Whoa, look
Ribbit,
at Froggy.
Ready,
ribbit,
ready,
ribbit.
ready, ready.
You like the froggy? It goes jumpy, jumpy, jumpy,
He
jumpy,
says, I like mine.
jumpy.
I got a toy too.
I like your toy, pretty girl. Is,
Hey,
what is that? Is that a train?
no. Is it a train? It didn't crash. It's, it's a tractor.
Moose?
She's
Oh,
gonna be
you
a
got
fun.
a tractor.
That's right. That's right.
You got a
Larry,
pretty tractor.
since
What
we only
about
have a moment,
this? My son bought me
those
flowers at the store,
are pretty flowers.
right? Pretty flowers. Okay, Michael, let's see. My Moose,
Yeah.
Michael says, "Hi, Moose." And he says the weather is wonderful at 68 degrees sunny at nearly 2 p.m. He said he'll be coming back home soon. Home as in like over here, Michael?
I think he lives in Canada.
He's in Barcelona, Spain. I'd be staying there.
Hey, Larry, I gotta talk to you, though. I gotta talk to you. So I came in here this morning, right? And you say,
Yeah.
"Oh no, here's Moose," right? It's not like I'm walking up to your door and you guys are talking inside and I can't hear you. Like I can hear you the whole time I'm standing outside the door.
Well, that's kind of my,
Stop
was
talking
my
about
point.
you.
That was kind of my point.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. How interesting was that
I was
last night, Moose?
insinuating Moose now we're in big trouble because you were here.
Big Trouble in Little Moose, what?
Exactly my point.
Home is in the Chicagoland suburbs. Very cool.
Well,
So
I think I'd rather stay in Barcelona than go to fucking Chicago.
I mean, at least it's the suburbs, though. He didn't say he's like inner city, so he's got a fighting chance being in the suburbs.
I guess depending on how far you're out you are. I don't know.
I lived
I
an
tell you
hour
what.
and a half outside New York City, and they call that the suburbs. And
Memphis barbecue last night.
You had a barbecue?
Good.
you had Memphis barbecue?
Yeah, we're in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. I have family
how
in
was
White House, Tennessee.
Did you take any pictures of Graceland?
Not yet. We're going today. We're going
Oh, today? I thought it was yesterday.
Well, I mean, we got here to the RV park, but we're gonna go. We're gonna go do the slave tour today.
Well, you better take a lot of pictures for us.
Yep.
Yep.
Shake my ass.
It
like,
looks like the
like
baby is doing
Facebook.
wonderful on your trip, Moose.
What's going on my trip?
I said it looks like the baby is really doing wonderful on your trip. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's because you see her today. Yesterday, she didn't want nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Today, she's daddy's girl.
Yeah, I remember that stage.
You see how quick it goes from 0 to hero? All she has to do is
0 to
look over at
hero.
mom.
Look at my elephant, little sweet thing.
No, Oh, it's my coffee. My coffee.
Man down, man
Oh, do it.
down. There she
Hey,
is.
that coffee cup was saved. Sometimes I think children are little
Yes.
terrorists. They get mad when they can't destroy stuff.
They definitely like to see our reaction. Hey, like, what's going to happen if I do this, Mom? Look
We have
at
Nubs
my
in the
elephant.
house also today. Nubs is in the house.
Good morning, Nubs.
Morning, Nubs.
Let's see. I got
My
this
wife
frog
wasn't going to
too.
say it, but she's thinking it. The optics are high in here.
The optics are high. Want to see my other little froggy? I love froggies.
Froggy
Ribbit,
doggy.
ribbit, ribbit. It's a little froggy. Are there any flies by you? Are there little flies in the air? 'Cause I'm hungry. I'm a hungry little froggy. Yes, I
That,
am.
I would like to know if that's a raspberry thumb.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely has.
I want some of that raspberry thumb.
I'm afraid she's gonna get buck teeth because her mama lets her suck her thumb all the time.
Yeah.
You know what the trick is, Moose?
Blame everything on my wife. If she gets buck teeth, if she gets buck
I
teeth,
do
it's my
not
wife's fault.
consent to that, Mrs. Moose. What I figured out outside of my special needs son is to offer something when you want them to stop doing it. You offer them something and it gets them to voluntarily take that hand out of their mouth to take whatever it is they want from you. And you're retraining her brain that it's okay to take your hand out of your mouth. And that'll be the beginning of a good way to get her off. Here she is. I see you. I see you, little miss. I see you, little miss.
Favorite toys.
Ooh, brum, 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 brum. Brum, brum. I see that tractor go brum, brum.
Oh,
Get it, girl.
over a bump right there, folks.
That is cool.
Dude, she's most
I
precious.
Get it. Drive your tractor.
Meanwhile, your child hotboxing is sitting back there in the back and being all quiet again, not participating in the show.
That's an act. She likes people to think she's really quiet.
Hey, Moose, Nubs says he loves your hair this morning.
Thank you. I got it from Walmart.
Was it on special?
It was on special. You know what? We were talking about Walmart yesterday, right? So I got to bring this back home here. All right. Well, I get into Walmart yesterday, and I'm thinking, oh man, this is gonna take 5 hours, 10 hours. We're gonna sit here in line. We're gonna have this big old like stinky lady that had to ride the trolley, getting up in the line with us. But no, that's not what happened. We got in line, and there was probably 3 people in line, right? All the self checkouts were all open. Every single one of them just waiting for me to go up and just ring my own groceries out. So already my wife's thinking, what the hell are we doing in line? And I said, no, I do not check my own groceries out unless I'm getting paid. And so the old lady in front of us, she basically slowed everything down to a screeching halt, right? And I was talking about how the employees of Walmart, they always throw the worst person on register, right? Well, the lady on register, she looked in my eyes and she must have seen it. She must have seen inside my soul because she checked those groceries out faster than I've ever seen anybody check a grocery out. She didn't even say hi to me. She just started tossing shit in the bag and she's like, all right, honey, that's going to be blah, 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 blah. And I was like, damn. I thought we were pulling teeth here, and you straight up put me in the fast pass line. Like,
That is a very uninteresting story. Why does anyone want to hear that?
nobody wants to hear that story.
Oh, that's so boring about you going to Walmart, and this is the kind of shit you guys talk about all day. Like,
See,
why would I want to hear
Now I'm
about
getting
it?
chastised over here about my stupid story from Walmart. Everybody out there in the audience has been to Walmart. Everybody in the audience has been through this process.
But nothing significant happened on your trip to Walmart.
Yes, the significance, Mary, tell her the significance was that we actually got checked out in a timely manner.
Not really.
And the
She was
lady
super
was
slow.
not slow. The lady was great.
She was slow until it was your turn.
You can't blame the customer for the person that's working.
We could have been through the self-checkout like 5 times in the amount of time it took.
Larry, bring us home. Bring us home, Larry. Broadcasting Kryptonite. My wife said that she would never watch the show. She said that I suck. You shouldn't even have me on the show. Now she's laughing at me. She thinks it's funny. She thinks degrading her husband is funny. And
I didn't say that. I just said that's a boring story.
You know, this is the thing is, Mary, like, at least you're one of my friends. You would have laughed. You know, whether the story sucked or not, you would have just laughed and we would have went on. And we wouldn't even had a 20-minute conversation about how my story sucked. Okay?
No,
That's
but
called
I would have
forgiveness.
walked away saying, "Thank God she can downshift."
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker with or ex-New Yorker with little patience sometimes, and man,
Oh man, I needed it. I needed it, man. When she threw those groceries in the bag, and then she started throwing the groceries one by one in the bag too. It was like almost like a revolver, you know? She had that thing spinning around. I was like,
yo,
damn.
Moose, when she looked up and saw you, all she saw was alert, alert, alert.
Get this
I
kid
gotta
the fuck
get this
out
guy
of here.
out of here. Downshift. Here we go. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And I only say that because like a little red light goes over my head too.
Nub says Walmart's the best.
Walmart is the best. It's it basically sells your children out to slavery, and it
Corn.
ensures the future is going
High
to be a
fructose corn syrup.
corn syrup. Everybody loves corn syrup and high fruit.
Damn
Nope,
it, he hit
that's
that
it.
button again. All right, let's talk about Moose. He's standing outside the door.
Dang, you
Yeah.
caught me while I was tired. I don't have anything good to say.
Look, he's standing outside the door. He's standing away from the window so he can listen in.
Watching like this.
Are
Do you
you
remember-
I got caught talking about Moose.
Hey, do you remember when bag of Doritos, those big bags were like $2 at Walmart?
Oh, yes.
They're like $6 now.
Oh, yes. Somehow, nobody got a raise, but somehow the cost of those chips doubled. Maybe they got the vid, and they're just a little slow now, so it costs more.
I thought it cost more because of how much air they put in the bags. Like,
Air costs money. Come on now.
they stuffed that
Fresh
shit
air.
full of air. Less chips, some more air.
Yeah, it's just air, not oxygen.
just air
Just air.
in the
Well,
bag.
plus-
So,
I charge you more because I'm gonna start selling cans of Chinese air because it's a delicacy.
Well,
Yeah, I
plus,
used to think that was a joke, Moose, until I walked into the local grocery store, and you know, this is like right before the mountain, and they actually do sell canned air.
they do. They really do.
Yes, they do. Hmm.
well, plus what they do is they take a package. Let's say it had 16 ounces of product in it at one time. Now they make it a 12-ounce package and still charge you twice as much as it was in the first place.
Oh, now my wife really doesn't want to hear this. This is straight bitching on shopping. Like, They don't even do it with just the cereal, right? They got the cereal box. Cereal box is the same size or bigger, and then now you get like a quarter of the box in there, and then you walk over to that ribeye section, right? You want to make mama a big old ribeye for dinner. You're trying to get some of that Valentine's Day, February 14th love going on with a nice big ribeye, and then you slap that ribeye you get from the store on the grill now. And she goes, "What the hell is that? It's like a quarter inch. It's like a fucking carne asada."
Holy shit! Are you serious? They weren't even like, "Where's my camera? Give me some fucking light here." So you're saying it wasn't a ribeye? It was a ribeye.
Yeah. It was like a sheep meat.
Sheep meat.
Yeah, hashtag that shit.
I'm like, come on, man! I ain't never had a ribeye that was this thin.
Steak is the most romantic because you can't.
Why?
Because you can't say Italian food. Because if you're doing that for romance, you can smell it to breath. It's garlic and Italian food. So I guess you could say steak.
They had to sell the cow.
They had to sell a cow.
Right. So that's why they're like, screw the chocolates, get your girl a ribeye. But Moose was saying he got a ribeye, and it was like stained glass, right? You could see through it.
You should have gotten chocolates.
Like, this is the best way to present it, folks. It's like, you know how you got bacon, and then you got that straight up Canadian bacon? Well, they're trying to make Canadian bacon a ribeye now.
Oh, shit.
And we know Canadian bacon ain't bacon, and it's definitely not a ribeye.
Dude, I never felt so naive in my life, except the first time I ordered Canadian ham, and I was pretty young, and Canadian bacon. And when my plate came and ham was on it, and I did not want ham, what is? I thought that's that Canadian bacon. Like, what is this?
That's, you know why, Mary? They have Canadian bacon because the Canadians are too nice to give that shit back.
Yo, for real? Hey?
You're gonna piss off a Canadian men and be like, "I'm sorry for offending you, but you bitch, son."
Hey?
Nah, you don't even gotta apologize to Canadians. They apologize to you for offending you.
Yeah.
What kind of shake did you have, Nubs? Nubs said he had his first shake in 8 years. I want to know what kind it was.
I had my first.
I'm gonna guess it's one of them unicorn shakes.
Like
it's got
a milkshake?
all the little dots in it, all the colors.
Hold on, I'm reading something different because mine says I had my first steak. Is that STAKE?
Oh, I guess steak, not shake.
Oh my God!
Let us.
Okay,
Mary.
I just have a question. Is that
I'm gonna have to get you guys all readers.
Is that a GMO registered steak or an Anunnaki steak? Like, what kind of steak are we talking here?
You want steak like testicles. I need you
Hey, if my shit wasn't grown in a lab, I don't want it.
If it's not plastic, I'm not going to eat it.
If it doesn't have a dull taste of nothingness, I won't order it.
And the only way you cook it is you run it through a warm room.
That's it.
That no seasonings. Eat it like that, bitch.
I'm gonna throw a couple crickets on.
What's that, Moose?
I said, just for you folks, I'm gonna throw a couple crickets on top.
See? That's special.
Get your extra protein right there.
No bugs, no dinner.
Oh my goodness.
If you don't eat your crickets, you can't have any pudding.
That's right. The crickets are like the cherry on top of your fake ice cream. That's made with soy milk.
I don't want Give me milk, or I don't want it. Real milk.
There is no real milk. You're gonna have to go milk a cat or something. Remember that movie, Meet the Fockers? I milked my sister's cat.
Whoa. That's wrong, dude. That's wrong. You don't milk the sister's cat. That's wrong.
She can say because she doesn't have a sister.
Speaking
Or
of
a
milking the
cat.
sister's cat, did you guys check out the We Are Asleep TV last night? 7-hour power. Jack Talcott in charge of everything.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was absolutely insane.
That was some of the
I got
best broadcasting
so-
content I have ever seen in my life, Mary.
I've never seen so many words used and nothing was said. Yeah, there was a lot of
Mary,
crying.
can you get out of your imagination? Your opinions don't matter here, Mary.
Is like that like my imagination or like the story that I had in imagination?
Don't.
Am I borrowing somebody's imagination?
Don't-
Look, every
bring
time
out
you put your
impressions,
opinions,
I'll start getting mean out of like impulse.
look, you
Like
can't
that
get
is-
mean to me, man. You got to get out of your imagination and into the now, and you got to understand that I have all the answers for everybody. And you better
That's
put
right.
that
And if
finger
you could
down, lady,
follow
'cause that
this-
could get hurt.
Miss. When this one was 2 years old, you could not follow her words because she'd be like, mommy, this one day a rainbow down low to the east of the moon on the west, and you just couldn't follow her at 2 years old. That's what it was like last night. Like you literally couldn't follow the words and understand what they were trying to get across.
Yeah, just everybody
I know
yelling
they were
at that.
angry. I know they were angry.
Can you imagine how like it must feel to be famous for being such a jackass?
Well, I just want to send them some screen cleaners because there's got to be spit on them things. You know what I'm saying? Here's some screen cleaners.
Can't come cakes today. No, my God. Well, the optics are high.
Yeah, this isn't about last night, but I had run into trolls before, and this one troll, he's quite famous in the troll world, but his face, like if this was his face, it would be like, hold on, where's my light? It would be like this in the camera.
Wow.
And look, the red eyes even match. Do you hear me?
Now if we just go some spit at the screen, yeah, perfectly.
You wouldn't know my screen from their screen.
So Nub says he made popover muffins, asparagus, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and the steak.
And
when is it getting delivered?
The steak.
You got takeout? Can I have some?
I'll shoot you my address real quick. You can just pop it on
We don't
over
even
with them
eat
popover
steak, but we
muffins.
want some.
Yeah,
We
there
want
you
the
go.
rest of that meal. You can keep the
I
steak.
had asparagus, but I would eat asparagus mashed potatoes one.
You had it when you were younger. It's an acquired
I'm
taste.
thinking
and you're gonna
Brussels
have to
sprouts,
forget it.
though. Brussels sprouts, some candied Brussels sprouts, and then we get some steak and some. Forget the potatoes. Everybody eats potatoes, man. Potatoes are for the peasants. I like a little Papa's Fritas every once in a while, but like I'm getting over the potato craze. Potato chip, potato shit, potato this, potato that. I'm like, man, they're just trying to stuff me full of starch.
Yo, our friends are very much like Brussels sprouts. You try to eat them plain, and soon enough you're sick. But if you smother them with just smother and cover that stuff up, You
Yeah.
swallow really quick. You don't taste it. You can
Why
maybe
are we
get.
talking about
Sounds kinda dirty.
messages? I want to
Yeah.
talk about cupcakes.
Hey, she wants to talk about cupcakes, guys. I've been
Camp
corrected.
cupcake. Camp cupcake, guys. Yeah. Camp cupcake.
Well, which way did he go?
It's morning at Camp Cupcake. No, you do that too well.
You know what's fun to play? It's a game I play when I get bored of the stream. Is you put them all on mute and you take yourself out of context of the situation and you make assumptions on them based on how you see them on screen.
That's super fun. That's
You
super
can do
fun.
it for hours and just make different ones.
But then you take a hit every time you see someone's nostril hair.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time when? Do you remember the time when we used to watch TV, but the volume would be down low at the same time, but yet
Wait,
you'd
say
know.
that again, Larry.
Said that,
I
didn't
said,
I?
do you remember the time when we'd watch a movie, but the movie volume would be down, and you'd listen to music at the same time, but you'd know exactly what was going on in the movie?
Higher. Just higher the damn broad.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You
But we
fucking-
like to put their Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
that was funny. You totally distracted me. Hi, Mufasa. Can you say hi to my friends? Say hi to my friends. Hey,
Hey, buddy.
over here. They're over here.
Mom has 3 dogs on her right now.
There's 3 dogs on my lap right now.
Like, fuck you. I ain't gonna look in that fucking camera.
None of them
You
really
can't
like
make-
it.
You can't make me look into that camera.
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's me.
Larry,
Go on.
999% higher than you were last month.
What's that?
Hey, Miss, did you see my comment last night?
Higher
Yeah,
than last month.
that's
Is that a
my-
dog?
Yeah, that's a dog.
Yes, this is
Yeah, that
Mufasa.
900,
Hi, Mufasa.
the 999% more than the 28 days is my subscription. It's gone up 999% in the last 28 days at my subscription level.
You know how
Hell
we get to the
yeah.
next level? You need to invite Jack Talcott here. We
He
need the
won't-
Talcottian experience.
He won't come up on panel. He'll just come in to chat
No.
once in a blue moon and say, hey, what's up, and then leave. I've tried to get him to come over here, but
That's because he forgot his permission slip at home, you know, and he can't do anything without a permission
You have to give
slip.
him a floor. That's the thing. You have to give him 7
Forgot
hours
the
of him
church
controlling
band,
the whole
so he's
panel.
gonna come back around. Okay, he's gotta make.
hey,
around.
man, can we talk about me for a while?
Yeah, if that wasn't Large and in Charge last night, that was freaking, so telling.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
That was so telling. And if you read any of the chat, for the love of Pete's sake.
I can't wait to watch it later
Yeah, we play smoking games, guys.
when we get super bored and no one's live.
Like every time Moose laughs, we hit that shit.
Here we go.
Holy brother, did someone say my name, brother?
Hey, if you guys played drinking games, every time I made a bad joke, you'd be drunk all the time.
Yeah, I can't drink. I gotta play smoking games. Good morning, holy brother.
Yeah, do you know what's the
Oh.
best thing? You know what's the best thing about the smoking game, though? You know, when you get drunk, you get ignorant and you get, upset. You want to fight somebody. When you have
Uh-huh.
a smoking game, what do? You just fall asleep.
Or smoke more. You know, you can be high, but you can always be higher. Is my thought.
Just 5-minute nap, and then you wake up and start over.
I don't
There
even
you
know. I just keep going.
That's because you're young and dumb and full of cum.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow, Larry, you just
You
crossed
could
the
have
line
said
there, Larry.
earmuffs, Larry. All you have to do is say earmuffs.
Fine.
Oopsie.
Doing anything.
Not like you're playing in the bathroom.
Don't play in the
Oh.
bathroom.
No playing in the bathroom, damn it.
Damn it! I'm
Coco,
trying to get my shoes
why are you
together.
looking in the oven?
You want some of this in there?
You want some of this?
Holy
You want
Brothers
some?
says, can you guys get into your confusion, brothers?
That's smooth.
We can
Hey.
get into the grill.
Is that what all the kids say? Slay.
Yeah, but you're using it out of context.
Yeet.
Sorry.
Oh, what time is it? I gotta keep my eye on the time. Damn it.
I don't fit in with all that bullshit.
Your dog took your curtain down.
30.
Okay.
My doggy
It's
took
okay.
my
It's
curtain.
snowing. It looks so beautiful outside.
Oh, is Mama giving you the
I can't
puffs?
see it. Sorry.
You're like, hey, I want to look outside, damn it. I'll just take this down so I can.
I kind of can.
Oh, it's blowing sideways. I wish I could zoom in on this. Let's see, camera.
My wife says she's happy I found you guys, but she wishes that I found you guys and wasn't in the same trailer as her.
I didn't say that.
I think
Just
your
kidding.
wife is
She didn't say that.
That's funny. Oh, what'd I do?
Hey, wait, let me open the window.
Can you guys see my camera?
Yeah.
Whoa! Hey, get your finger out of there.
Clean that window out so you can see how. Okay. Okay. Wait.
Not too much light.
It's not gonna work.
No. So we have darkening on that window because of how bright it is, but you can see how the snow is blowing.
Are you a vampire? Is that why?
No, the sun comes up right there in the summer and beams you right in your eyeball.
Are you sure it's because you're not like Lou and?
Don't say it 3 times.
See, already they interrupted you, damn it.
We've been saying their names.
Oh,
3
shit.
times.
Now
We said
now we're in
Paul, we said
huge
Paul
trouble.
Collett.
I can't. What?
We're in
Larry?
really big trouble now. Linda's here.
Oh,
Hi, Linda. I didn't see you there.
I didn't do it, Linda.
Wasn't me.
How dirty are we gonna get on this channel, Mr. Larry?
Yeah, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, how dirty are we gonna get here?
Should have never said that about
Well,
hotboxing.
you know, it is Dirty Larry hour, so what the hell, over.
Over.
Is there a code?
Over.
How are my lovely people doing?
Speak for
Lovely.
yourself.
Lovely.
Well, you see, I said to the husband last night,
See, that's why I said you're grumpy and dirty, Larry.
Yeah, but you're
Sorry,
telling
Mary.
all my secrets at one time. That's not fair.
He said, "Tell me lies,
Someone
don't
has
tell
to.
my secrets."
That's right.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Yeah.
Tell me
I don't want to know
lies.
your damn secrets, but you can tell me lies.
Or you could just not tell me anything.
So you seen it snowing out there, right, Linda?
I sure am.
So
Snowing
I
and
said to the
hoeing.
hubby last night, here's my truck keys.
You guys are horrible this morning. Look,
What's that?
I'm listening to the men's energy. I think it's hilarious. I don't know where it's coming from, but I think it's still where whatever.
I gave my husband my truck keys and told him to take my truck because they were calling for weather. And he gets
Oh,
up
yeah?
to work this morning and he's like, the weather must have passed us because it was dry. It was 40 degrees. He
Yeah,
gets
like
in
I
his
told you.
car.
You gotta clear it. Okay. Go ahead.
He gets in his car. He goes to work. And I get a text at 6 o'clock like, so how bad do you need these things from town? And I'm like, what? Why? You didn't take the truck. Nope. And it's snowing like hell. And I'm like, that sucks because we kind of need a couple things. So he has to sit in town till 8 o'clock till the propane place opens so he can get the propane filled. Because we have it on land, but I always like to have my extras filled just in case.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll just drive in. And he's like, no, you will not. I have the tanks. I'll wait here. But it's snowing sideways like blizzard snow. So now I have to wait. And at 9 o'clock, I got to drive to the bottom of the hill and pick him up because he's in a car. He should be in a truck.
Oh goodness.
Oh, yes. But I'm so happy because every time it snows, guys, it at least prevents the little arm from going into the red zone for fire zone because we're in orange right now. And it's kind of a heavy snow, so we might actually go down to yellow. We don't see that very often.
That's just sad.
We went into green one time the first year we moved here because the monsoon season was epic. Like I said, there's a 40-foot river going through my valley, but that was the last time. So we really like monsoon. We really need the monsoon rains and stuff. I gotta go dance for rain. Yep, go dance for rain, just like that. Yes.
It'll work. I hope so.
Linda, how are your babies?
I haven't went out and checked on them yet.
Good girl. Because I know you're having a hard time with that.
Up. They're already messing with Linda.
Oh, they met. Oh, shit. She left. And she wasn't even echoing this time. Burry, burr, burr. Gonna be a cold day today.
Yeah, my daughter was telling me those cops were over at that house for like 3 hours.
3 hours? That's not just a warrant.
Well, I'm sure knowing that house that they were there, they probably found some things laying around.
Yeah, I hear you. But that's also a situation they often ignore, so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the weirdest part about it is I can't understand why the city police are responding here and doing warrants and this and that and the other thing and patrolling the area when they're not even supposed to be here at all.
Right, right.
Because this little part of this town has always, for 40 years, have always been sheriffs have to respond. Nobody else can, and now all of a sudden, we got the city right by us responding.
Very interesting. No kidding.
And the reason the sheriffs always had to respond is because we live in an unincorporated area.
Unincorporated. Right. That means it's county. And it should only be the sheriff responding.
Right.
Because actually the city cops don't belong outside the city limits.
Well, the weirdest part is we're right in between two cities.
But no city limit reaches you, right?
Both city limits are on our borders. We're like right in the middle. It's weird. It's like, well, there's Eugene, and then there's us, and then there's Springfield, and we're, like you said, county in between two cities, basically.
And let me guess, they probably always fought over jurisdiction.
Oh, they've both been trying to take over this part of this town for years because it runs right along the McKenzie. So all these hotels and stuff, want to build their hotels right against the river so they can charge $300 a room for it.
Just for a view. Yeah, totally get it.
So they've been trying to take it over for years, but the residents want to just stay unincorporated.
Right.
But
Come on up, back up, Linda.
They're slowly taking it over.
Of course. Like the biggest invasive species of the whole world.
Yeah.
We're parasites.
Seriously, I actually looked for land that had never been lived on intentionally because of that,
Yeah. There's this piece of land I just saw. It's in like kind of central Oregon, and it's almost 3 acres. And I think it was $15,000. But it's got a bunch of real flat land with hardly anything there. It's got power right in front of it. I'm not sure about water. I think it said it had a stream though. But it looks like a pretty good deal. I'm going to see if we have enough gas money to go, check it out or whatever. And you can get it. I think it was 500 down and 300, less than 400 a month.
No shit. That's the way to do it. That's how I did it. I dropped some down and had a low mortgage.
Well, this is owner finance, so you don't have to do credit check or nothing.
Awesome. Yep. That's exactly how I got mine done. Owner financing. And I'm hoping that happens more often because people are not trusting the banks. There should be more owner financing. Why banks are involved in a private sale is stupid.
Yeah, the only thing that gets me is then with a bank, you have some kind of somewhat security that, you're going to end up with that title or whatever. With the owner finance, you just basically have to hope and trust that this person you're making your payments to is going to be an honest person. You know what I'm saying?
In most cases, that, in my understanding, Larry, when you do owner financing, the title gets transferred over when you buy it. That's why they have to go to court. If, like, say someone defaults, they have to go to court because they're trying to get that deed back into their name. So when I bought my land here, the deed immediately went into my name, even though I had 5 years of mortgage.
I'm wondering if it's kind of like a car, like you're the registered owner, but you're not the legal owner.
No, you're the complete legit owner. Absolutely.
So how do they say, like, if you don't pay your loan off, how do they get their property back?
That's why it has to go to court.
That seems kind of weird.
Because they sold it to you. They can't, they can put themselves as the lien holder, but they can't keep the deed from you or the slip of ownership, in other words.
Well, that's good to know.
So if they're trying to tell you, listen, if they're trying to tell you, if anybody tries to tell you, you'll get the deed at the end, don't do it. Because that's more of a rental thing. And and you just can't trust people. I wish you could trust people, but you don't. You just watch your own ass. Make sure, you know what, seek advice in your own town,
Yeah.
But the deed, just like with the car, that goes over to your name unless you default.
Well, like I said, I bought a couple cars on loans before, and like I said, I was a registered owner, but I wasn't the legal owner.
And I totally get that, and that is what makes it different. Nude says the same thing. You still get the deed when you do owner financing. It's sold. It's a selling. So even if there's payment in agreement, in the moment that you give them money, they're selling it to you. So if someone doesn't give you a deed or doesn't have one in their hand, don't let the money. It's up to them to put a lien on the property until you pay. You don't have to do anything like that. It's the same as the mortgage by the bank. You could bring a bank in. The deed is still in your name, but the lien holder is the bank, which means you just can't sell it without payoff.
Okay, here's what this ad says for this land. It says buildable Oregon parcel backing to 3.12 acres of public lands with power on the road and no HOA. $369 a month. Beautiful residential parking with starting mountain views, tremendous value. 16 minutes from town, 43 minutes to a bigger city. Access year-round to activities including kayaking, canoeing, hiking, biking, cross-country skiing, and many more. Lot size is 2.45 acres. Guaranteed owner financing, no banks, and no credit check.
It has a phone number?
Well, you can contact, it's on Facebook. You can contact them through Facebook.
All right.
I think what it will do is I'll talk to her, like I said, see how much gas we have, and we have enough gas to, go down there. I'll ask the guy for the address, and we'll go check it out because they'll probably be a couple hours from here.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like an awesome deal. I just want you to dot your I's and cross your T's and double check who you're dealing with, because there are a lot of real estate scams out there.
Yeah, this guy's got a
Like-
5-star rating, and he's been on Facebook for a while.
Oh, okay. That's already cool. When we were looking up for houses in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I saw one ad and it looked cool. And my husband was driving around looking at these addresses I was giving him. So he pulled up to that address and he's like, no, that's a scam. That's definitely a scam. So I had reported it to the media outlet that I was on. It wound up, I think, have you ever heard of Backpage? Backpage has a lot of scams. They might have taken it down by now. This was like 7 years ago. But definitely, like, do you have a business card kind of attitude? You know what I'm saying? Like, get legit shit. And definitely don't pass any money over until you see, like, you want to read the paperwork. You want to read the deed. He should have the deed. You want to read the deed,
Right.
New Guru says, use a title office for escrow. Cheap and usually comes with a package where you get guarantee of clear title, plus they do the paperwork. That is true. I did use a title office for my stuff, and even then I was so paranoid, Larry, I freaking investigated the title office.
That's the saddest part about all that, though, is we feel like we have to, and you basically do have to, because there's so many horror stories,
Yes, and we're talking, and I'm being vehement, not because I don't trust Larry. I'm being vehement because I have already seen with my own eyes what's out there. And I always err on the side of caution.
Right.
It's always better to go ahead.
I can say, well, I know Facebook's really bad for scams. And it just seems like it's getting worse and worse, and Facebook doesn't care at all about them, because it's like, I bought this one thing a long time ago off Facebook that was supposed to be some company, and I knew it was like too good a deal to be true type thing, but I thought, oh, what the fuck, I'll try it.
Right.
And when I first saw the ad, I swear it said it was a sponsored company. So I thought, well, I'm protected. But then when it didn't come through, and that was their excuse, oh, well, they weren't sponsored. And I'm like, but they were. Oh, no. Unless you took a fucking screenshot of it, there's no way of proving that they
who
were
thinks
or
of
weren't.
doing that? And who the fuck wants to have to do a screenshot and all this other shit just to make sure that somebody's not screwing you over?
Yeah.
What kind of platform says, too bad there's scammers here, Deal with it and protect yourself. It's your platform. If I can't say fuck openly, people shouldn't be able to scam openly.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to prove it is I get messages almost every day on my messenger. You know, it says, yeah, it goes to spam. So therefore they know it's spam. But yet, if they know it's spam, why let them even be on that platform or message you? And every one of them, oh, get your sex here thing. You
Yep,
know,
yep.
it's like, okay. And it says sex right in the title. So it's not like hard to catch or anything. Why are
Right.
they putting this shit through to begin with? Unless they're making money off of it somehow.
That's it right there. All of it's a scam. See, when this is what makes me crazy. Let me just be clear about myself in one thing. When I learn at any point in my life or in a relationship, no matter what the relationship, that I can't trust you, then in my brain that translates I can't trust you across the board.
Right.
And my husband doesn't like that I have that attitude. But I tried to get him to understand, listen, if a person is going to lie to me once about something trivial and stupid, then they're definitely going to lie to me about the big shit. So why
Right.
would I trust them at all? If I learn someone's a liar, you're a liar. A liar is a liar is a liar. Um, and it seems harsh, but it really is the truth. It really is the truth that if you don't detect these things, you become a voluntary member of the scam being perpetrated on you.
Right.
But like you're saying, it's so hard to detect. Like you almost have to walk around with Inspector Crusoe's little eyeglass. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Right.
Inspect everything, look for all the, not just a tiny print, because if you notice, the print's getting tinier and tinier the longer we go through the 21st century. So, like, you need Inspector Crusoe's glass. Then you need the glass. Do you ever see scientists take that glass and put another glass in front of it? And
Oh yeah.
another glass in front of that? Just so you
Yeah.
can see, oh, you know what they did that on? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. No, I'm wrong. The Santa Claus. The first Tim Allen Santa Claus movie. And he pulled the business card out of the Santa Claus's pocket. And then all the way around the edge of the card was the tiniest writing. Remember?
Yeah.
That's what the disclaimers are now. In the
Oh yeah.
tiniest writing that can't be humanly possible to read without help.
You see his
Yeah.
couch? This is the mom couch. He had all the babies. He has all the babies. Oh, you have all the babies.
Are you happy to no longer be pregnant? Do you have any pregnancy planned in the future? I'm asking for a friend, and the world needs to know. She's a good girl, aren't you, Daisy? Daisy. You are? Come on, Daisy. Come here. Say hi to my friends. Look. Oh, you're going to sit on my lap? Oh, I love you too. I love you too. When the doggies
Yeah.
put their heads on you like that.
She's totally abused. Look at that abuse. I'll tell you, some
Oh, my
people's
goodness.
children.
Oh, you poor girl. You want to
Oh,
go
look
for a
at her.
ride later? You want to
Oh
go
my
pick up Dad? You don't. I'm telling them you said that. Oh my God. Did you see that, Larry?
gosh. I plead the fifth.
Oh, you want to be with the girls? Oh, look at her. She's like, hold me. Mama, hold me, Mama. Oh, yes. I love you. Oh, yes. And now Mufasa's looking like, I want love too, Mama. Mama, I'm going to stand on my mama to get love from you. You guys are so silly. I love my dog. All 8 of them. So this is who we have by name. Daisy, Mufasa, Socks, Daisy Jr., Socks Jr., Mark, exclamation point, Mark, Cocoa Puff Puff Pass, and Cocoa Bear Bear.
Little bear. That's my boy. He looks like his grandma, but he's named after his grandma.
We only got one food name in the mix.
And I know all of the grandparents.
Yeah, we actually do know the grandparent. We know Daisy's grandpa, Daisy's parents. We know Sox's grandpa. No, we know Sox's dad
Sox's dad, and I know his mom, but
and mom.
I know her by name.
We could trace our dogs farther back than we can trace our own family.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, that's true.
That is so messed up. My goodness.
Mom.
Good morning, Erm. Erm says, hi, Spawn of Mary.
I'm Spawn of Vince.
Yo, she is her father's daughter. I can't even put claim to fame on that. She was born. We brought her home from the hospital. Dad shaved all of his facial hair to not scratch the baby. And I walked past the bathroom, Larry, and I turned left, and I was like, why is my baby's face on a man's body? Because their faces are like twins, man. Even the doctor looked at the baby and looked at the dad and was like, yep.
He got the ethnicity, though.
It's
Goddamn.
cold in here.
It's cold in here.
That's the one thing I hate about the campers. The cold comes from the floor up, don't you think?
Yeah, they definitely don't insulate the floor, especially these older trailers. Insulate the floor as good as they should. And then plus you got the 37 windows, which don't help anything.
Right, yes.
And it's like really thin glass too. So
For us, it's the 100 cabinets, I think.
well, it's everything. I mean, like right here in the living room, I got like 15 windows.
Larry, when we needed a new camper, we were like, we need more closets, man. This last camper kind of sucks with closets. So I got this camper like $600, man. It's quite a deal. 56 cabinet doors, Larry, and one camper.
Yeah.
For tall people, that really sucks because somebody always forgets to close the door, and you find it
exactly.
with your head.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's
She does that in
painful.
she does that in the bathroom because we got one little cabinet in the bathroom. We keep all of our toilet paper and paper towels up there. So she'll leave the door open and I'll go in there and, not look, and I'll lean forward to do my thing, and bam, every time I lean forward, I'll get that covered. And it's always the point right in the middle of the head, and I'm like, you did it again. She's like, I closed it. And I'm like, how in the hell did I hit my head on it then if it was closed?
I have to tie my bathroom cabinet doors, like the medicine cabinet type doors. We have to tie them shut because they are at an angle where eventually the metal, the magnet or whatever, I don't think it wears down, but something happens where them damn things don't stay shut.
Yeah.
And I just want to say good morning to the chat. There's Linda, Chuck, Austin, Nubs, New Guru. I think Sly's friend Hollywood brother did not stay.
The game's almost all here. We just need Danny.
Yeah, Danny, where you at, Danny? I haven't heard your beautiful voice in a while.
Yeah, what the hell?
She's probably trying to come home. I know she was trying to come home.
She was waiting for a ride last we talked to her, wasn't she?
I think so, or somebody to go with her or something. I'm not sure exactly what was going on. Because she
Was
said
it
one
all-
day she was leaving, and then the next day or something, she said she was waiting for somebody. So I'm not sure exactly what's up.
We just all send positive vibes to her so she can get an uplift from her friends.
Yep.
Yeah, friendship! Friendship! I need some coffee, everybody. It's spelled CAWFEE.
Blackbird.
Linda, girl, you here?
Yeah, I had to go tend to my critter chores. It's a
Oh,
little muddy.
gotcha. How's everybody doing this morning?
Everyone seems to be dry and happy for the most part.
Awesome.
It's just Mudville. And then my
Is it very
grandson.
muddy?
Oh yeah, we don't have we have a little puddle, but it's all muddy. Yeah. But, yeah.
You could probably turn your mic up just a tad, Linda.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, you're kind of like your birds are louder than you. Bend the hinges up. They swing out. They don't swing up. You know what I'm saying? They swing out. The hinges aren't.
Right.
There's no issues with the hinges, but it's a 90-some camper. So like the door handles are falling off and stuff. Like we're gonna redo the whole thing when we're not living in it because it's a 90s camper.
The doors are at this angle.
Yeah.
So when the
Is that better?
clip that holds them shut, it broke off.
Oh, is that what happened? It broke off?
Yeah, that one's broke off. Look at these cabinets.
Yeah, mine's the 90s too.
And they use super tiny screws to hold these hinges in. So there's no sense even doing it. We're just gonna redo the whole camper. We're gonna reset the what is this called? The layout.
Right.
We're gonna reset the layout and redo the whole thing because the doors aren't broken per se. It's the hardware.
Right.
And the size screws that they use for these things, it's almost like it wasn't even meant to stay up there very long because the screws are super
it's like
tiny.
It's like they got 4 threads on the screw.
Yes. And if you've made anything at all in life, you know that at the thread number 4, you're barely just catching it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I've already destroyed a lot of my camper. It's a 2019, and it's made so cheaply that it's like things just fall apart. You close the drawer or something, it's like boom.
Yes, and my daughter is a newer camper, also my oldest, and they finally like get rid of the carpet. This is shit carpet. This is shit padding underneath it, and it's dark. Like you see how dark my camper is. If we have a cloudy day, I actually have to turn the lights on to be able to see in here.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I have a
That
nice big
drives me
window.
up a wall. What's that?
He said he has a nice big window.
And then he froze.
Window. I said I have a nice big window in the back.
I have a nice big window in the living room, and that's probably not going to be replaced because it really is a nice window. But the rest of them are them broken ass, broke down bullshit crank out windows. I hate that.
Yeah, and all the cranks don't work.
None of my cranks work. One does. I got to use the pliers for it, though.
Yeah, because all the knobs get stripped out.
Yes,
Can you hear-
yes.
Nothing with the super glue and baking soda.
I used to think that I wanted a wind out window for the bathroom, and then I moved in the camper, and I'm like, you silly bitch, you do not want that in your house.
All right, my teeth are brushed. I am
Well, the
clean. I
biggest
am
problem
ready to go.
with those too is they don't really seal. Even when they're shut, they're not sealed.
Yeah, I realized that when we had a big wind and I think the outer door was open, you could see the wind like suck the window out. You know what I'm saying? Like you're opening the window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? I even tried putting like on that one window like duct tape just to try to hold it shut. And no, after a couple months, especially in our kind of weather with the sun, back to the same thing. And I want a plastic because that's what we would normally do in the wintertime with these type of windows.
Right.
But then you're basically sealing yourself in, and there is
Right.
no nice air exchange, you know?
Yeah. Then that's when you start getting mold and shit.
Exactly. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Well, it's like
I don't know. Go
it's
ahead.
like my slide out. On my slide out, we every winter we used to get the floor used to get wet, and that's because my trailer's the '90s too, so the seal for the slide out's all rotted and weathered and whatever, so it doesn't seal like it's supposed to. So the rain would come in through the seal and go down on the floor, and I'd get my floor all wet. So I ended up making a roof over my slide out, so that doesn't happen anymore. But now what happens is we get this big. Anytime the wind blows, you can basically see the curtain moving through that seal there, and we get this huge draft. So she'll put like towels and stuff in that crack just so she doesn't get that huge draft.
Yeah. I gotta mute for a second.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to keep you backstage. By humble nubs.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Crack a slacking over here.
It looks like Homestead's in the fetal position.
I'm glad it muted. Listen, I'm glad it muted because man, it just went roof, 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 crash, crash, bang. The life in the camper, man. I love it.
So Mary, the your four part screw, your fourth run, I agree that is how you get strip screws. However, if you take super glue and baking soda in combination, it creates an instantaneous bond. It is very hot. It is a thermal, or it is a exothermal reaction. It is instant and it is solid.
You muted.
You're muted.
Shit. So is that why they use the small screws then?
Probably. But that's how I would take care of it because it makes it solid.
Right. Well, solid to a point because.
No, solid. Like the wood will break before your glue and baking soda breaks.
Oh, I see.
They use that same combination from what I've heard. They use that same combination when they're fixing helicopter blades.
No kidding.
Yeah, because it is that strong. Like your material will break before your glue or your bonding agent will break. It is an exothermic reaction. It is very hot. It is very fast.
Uh-huh.
Hang on one second.
That's what's so
All right.
funny.
I got it, or I got something to show you. So the other day, my girlfriend came to me and she said my glasses aren't working quite right.
No way. Is that the freaking glue and the baking soda?
That what I used is cigarette ash and super glue. But it's literally, you know how your glasses have a piece in the sidearm? Hey
Yes,
Vince,
yes.
this piece in the sidearm, and then that has two pieces that connect to the glass
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
front part. It
Yeah.
was one of those two pieces that broke.
Oh.
Okay, so we're talking about a piece that's less than a millimeter, or a millimeter. Like we're talking a tiny ass little piece with a hole that has a screw that gets used.
Oh my god. And,
Like she uses her glasses daily. She puts them on her face and takes them off.
right,
I
right. And
built it
constant
up.
movement. Yes.
Yeah, I built it up with a couple layers of super glue and then cigarette ash, then super glue, then cigarette ash, then super glue, then cigarette ash.
Yeah.
And I filed down what I did not need.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't really tell that it's a repair because of the material. If I would have used the other stuff,
The baking soda?
the baking soda, it would have been a little bit stronger, but it would have been white and noticeable.
Right. Okay, so basically the powder compound is kind of like adding fibers, right?
I'm thinking I'm pretty sure because it works with cinnamon, it works with baking soda. Baking soda is the best though, from my understanding, and it also creates the most heat.
So that's a chemical reaction with the baking soda.
Oh yes. Oh yes,
Okay.
it is an exothermic reaction. It gets
But
hot.
if you don't want
like
that
hot.
heat, but if you don't want that heat, like with you saying you're fixing your girlfriend's glasses, you don't want that heat. Using ash or cinnamon, that would have been like an aromatherapy pair of glasses right there. I can't lie. I think I'm going to try that with the cinnamon to see if it actually gives aromatherapy. But that's just a fiber. So if you
Right.
don't want to melt or whatever, what you're doing, right?
Well, it doesn't melt anything. It doesn't get that hot. It's just hot to the touch. Like you don't want to touch it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You will burn yourself because the super glue will get on your finger, and as it's having that you just don't want to touch it. It's hot. And when you're doing it, less is more.
Right.
Try it on something, see how fast it reacts, and see how fast, because it's instant, especially with the powder.
I can't wait to try it because, do you ever have an idea, Nubs? And it's like you almost get it, but not quite. But there's something.
Why do you think I know that trick?
Well, I worked in a factory, so we dealt with super glue and stuff like that. And I kept having this notion like this could be something different with a little bit more. But I didn't know what the little bit more was supposed to be because I'm not like a scientist. And
It's
you just
baking
gave
soda.
it to me. That's the little bit more that I was missing. That was the fiber that's going to make that super glue even stronger.
It literally bonds immediately too. Like you have no time. Like as soon as you put the way I do it is I put down my powder, whatever powder I'm using, whether it be cigarette ash. And when I'm talking cigarette ash, I'm talking take the ash and then break it up into as small a powder as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Mix that up, put that into place. Then after everything's set and into place, then you drop your super glue on.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like the purple stuff when you do your piping. You do the purple stuff.
Faster. It's faster.
Faster than that?
When you use the cigarette ash takes a minute. The cigarette ash is not as fast. When you use the baking
Right.
soda, that is an immediate reaction. Like you have
Okay.
no time to screw something in.
Right. That's okay.
You-
So, like you were saying, it's
As
a
it
step by
hits, it's
step.
starting.
So, right, like you drop it, it reacts, it hardens, and then you have to now go back and manipulate the hardened part of it to be the shape
Yes, you
and
have to
size and
file
everything you
down.
want.
Yep.
Yo, that's some great. See, that was such good knowledge. They bored you out.
So would you want to fill the hole with the super glue and the baking soda, or do you want to put it on the screw?
You would want to put the I would put the super glue probably on your screw as you're doing it. Since you only have a four run, take and pack your baking soda in there first.
Right, like that makes
Then
sense.
as you're screwing it, have somebody else drop the baking soda or the super glue onto the screw itself.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. Fill your hole full with baking soda.
Or the other thing is fill the hole completely. Then you take and you put your super glue in, let it be solid, then take a small drill bit and pre-drill your hole, and then your screw will be extremely nice and tight.
Right.
Hey, what's up, hole digger?
Is he ignoring you?
Ah! Moose, that was for you.
Not approved. Not approved.
Nah.
Get out of here.
That
Come
kind
on,
of
stand up and
disrespect
say
won't be
hi to Larry
tolerated.
like you usually do. Larry, this one's for you.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see ya.
Mom, tell Larry what's going on outside. Jim Dummy. The storm's coming. The wind is strong.
Yeah.
Is that what you said, right? And what is this? What's going on?
Wind.
No, remember, what is this? Snow?
Sorry.
That's right. It's snowing outside.
I die.
Right
Good
on.
job. He's our weatherman. He tells us the weather every single day.
That's cool.
Yeah. What's the weather today, Mary? I missed it.
Snow and windy.
Snow and
Here,
windy.
Come show Mr.
Hey, I'll be
Moose,
back.
okay? Hold on. He's got to take a drink. Hold on. Okay, ready? Tell Mr. Moose. Snow. Snowing, right? Wind. And cold. That's right. Good job. Good job. So we fought for years to get sign language classes for us and for our son from the time he was born. And the state would not give it to us because the doctors would not classify his hearing issue. So we're like, well, F the system then. And we started learning the sign language for ourselves and teaching it to him. And he probably has at least a category of 100 different signs he knows.
Right on.
And then it inspired him to want to talk with his mouth, figure it out somehow, because he does have a speaking disorder.
Right.
So now he's like 75% verbal and 25% sign language. And he started at 0 verbal and
Right.
all sign language.
Right.
I'll take 75% any day of the week. Well,
Larry. Better.
oh, Linda, your volume is hey, Larry, can you turn her mic up? Maybe you can do it easier than she can.
Turn her
Hello?
mic up.
Yes, it's really low.
That's
Go
the
ahead and
problem.
talk, Linda, so we can hear.
All right,
Two,
that's
three.
up all the way.
How's that?
Okay,
any
that's
better?
a little better. Yeah, that's a little
That's
better.
up
Yeah.
all the way. Yeah, it's up all the way now.
Hey, two. Okay, I don't know what that's about. But
That's
coming in loud.
StreamYard messing with shit again.
They figured I was
Ern
annoying.
says, hey guys, Ern put a public service announcement out for us. Note to self, when eating super glue, don't eat baking soda. That's great advice,
Now
right?
he tells me. Now he tells me.
Oh my gosh, that's great. You guys are going to have to slow down to be patient. Dad's not working today, Vincey. He's not working. He's in town getting supplies, right? He's going to come home. Slow down. I just need you to slow down. Look at me. I got to mute, guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, when I watch my son work with the super glue and baking soda, and you have to work kind of fast and very carefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
I never heard of the cinnamon. The ash thing. I should have thought about the ash, but I didn't know about the cinnamon.
Yeah. Okay.
I am tickled for you to go check that property out. I am stoked for you. Compound.
Never
I'm
The biggest
telling
thing I'm afraid of is falling in love with it. And it's like right now, you know, I don't have almost $400 a month I could spend on this and then pay the rent here too. So that's the only thing I'm afraid of is falling in love with it and then not be able to get it.
But I think that's why it's a good idea to have a couple of properties so your heart isn't just on one.
Yeah, well then
Don't worry, Larry. That UBI is coming.
The biggest problem too is it took me about a year and a half to find somebody to be able to move my trailer. I figured I would be able to just call a couple places up and they say, yeah, when do you want to get moved? But it took me, like I said, about a year and a half to find somebody to move a damn fifth wheel. So I figure I'm almost going to have to buy a truck to be able to pull it so I don't have to depend on somebody else and then cost me a small fortune plus to move it, like if I got to move it to Central Oregon or whatever. So it's like there's a lot of shit I got to do, you know, even to be able to get my home to this property, let alone buy the property too. So I don't know, it's going to be a tough job. And now that my bike motor burned up, I was, you know, planning on going delivering food and shit to make some extra money to get this ball rolling. And so now my electric bike's down, so that kind of puts a kimp in that works.
Guru's in the house.
No, I can't rent it. They don't rent trucks for to haul fifth wheels. They'll rent you a truck, but then you still need to hitch for the fifth wheel.
Larry needs
You
a
really
good
can't.
old boy.
They won't rent you a truck to like drive it.
They'll rent you a truck, but the problem is it's just a truck. It doesn't have the fifth wheel attachment in the bed of the truck, so you'd have to go buy the fifth wheel attachment, and then they won't let you drill holes in their bed in their truck to put the fifth wheel attachment on. So basically now you've rented a truck for nothing.
Gotcha.
And like I said,
I think we should reform the plan then.
It took me a year and a half to find somebody to move my fifth wheel. And then the first time it cost me $250 to move it like 10 miles. And then I found this other guy that moved it like 50 miles for $200.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't there a way that a truck could be rented, like a U-Haul or something with a hitch or something?
That's the problem, though. With a fifth wheel, you can't use a hitch. You have to have
a fifth wheel. Oh,
yeah,
fuck,
fifth
that's
wheel
right.
attachment. So first, like I said, you'd have to buy the attachment for the fifth wheel. And then the second problem is when you're renting a truck, they don't want you drilling holes in their bed of their truck to put this fifth wheel attachment in there.
I totally see that. I mean, I could see where someone might be irritated about a hole in their truck.
Yeah, believe me, I tried everything. I even called like tow places and shit like that. And every one of them told, oh, we can't tow a fifth wheel. I'm like, why not? You got the fucking attachment in the goddamn back of your truck.
But hold on. Let me go down this avenue with you. Isn't there camper RV parks there?
I tried that too. None of them would do personal. They only do theirs.
See, here we go with I earn enough money that I can pick and choose jobs. And then they're the same sad sots that lost money during the vid. I had the same experience in Louisiana. I had a 10-year-old Jeep, and because it was 10 years old, every person that did brakes in the city of Baton Rouge, from small brake shops to corporate brake shops to small mechanic shops to dealerships, they all said, nope, I'm not doing it. Now you tell me what kind of place this world is leading people to that. I mean, we grew up, Larry, as a job was a job, right?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the same problem with us in our RVs. It's like, I searched all these RV places and nobody wants you to have a trailer older than 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is, I got this trailer that's 30 years old, so nobody wants to rent to me. And the chances of finding a place that allows a trailer over 10 years old is pretty slim. I think it's like 1% of all the trailer places will allow it. And the reason they can't allow it is because the city says, oh, we don't want a bunch of junk sitting in a, trailer court or whatever.
If it's a working trailer, I'm sorry.
No, they want you to buy a new. They want you to buy a new trailer every 10 years because you can afford that.
A new trailer is more than a fucking goddamn house in the suburbs.
That don't matter.
Oh, that makes me sick. Oh, I hate that freaking shit. Okay, listen, Larry. I had this woman in Michigan, and she was a caregiver in the sense as medical marijuana. When you have a caregiver, they grow your plants for you and stuff like that.
Right.
And then they allot you the weed so much at a time.
Right.
So I had a caregiver at first because I had 2 different cancers, went through surgeries, and had 2 little kids. So I didn't mind the opportunity to have that. Okay, someone do it for me. And when all of that ran out, I would purchase some of her, she would grow other weed and we would be able to purchase that. So I would go there and be like, yo, can I get a quarter from you? And she'd be like, well, I could give you a half and just front you the other half. No, thank you. I just want the quarter. And then one time she kind of like did it in a way of, it was bad weather. I ran to her house. I ran up to the door. She opened the door. She had 2 dogs. She opened the door just a little bit so that, the snow wouldn't be blowing in. And she's like, here, I bumped it up to a half. Get back to me later. And I get in the truck and I'm a bitching away. And my husband's like, what the hell? Well, she gave me a half and he's like, I don't see a problem with that. And I'm like, dude, she's creating a bill for me that I did not have before.
Right.
And now that bill has to be now added to the budget where it's taken away from something else. I didn't ask for it. It'd be one thing if I asked for it.
Right, right. Put yourself in that position. It says somebody else put you in that position.
Exactly. Because she don't know my budget, so she shouldn't be making decisions on whether I could pay it back or not.
Right.
And that really irritated the shit out of me because I really love this woman. And I knew she was doing it out of the goodness of her heart. But at the same time, if I don't pay it, it's hurting this very woman. You know, it's a catch-22 situation.
Right.
Well, when corporations do that, we're talking another freaking story. Okay, so my late father-in-law worked for one of the big three and was called into one of the meetings about changing parts. They took this part that didn't break at all, like maybe the rare one would break, and they changed that part to be a rubber part.
Well, of
When
course.
my father-in-law questioned that, the answer was so simple. There are no return customers in things that don't break.
Right.
Wait, what? Let's break what we make so that we can keep them coming back?
Well, of course.
Damn, son, that's a hell of a scam.
That's how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
And the people die because parts are freaking being replaced with rubber that don't belong being freaking rubber. And look at all the recalls that we've had from the 20 years now. So back to 2003. And then prior to that, so from 1983 up to 2003. The recalls are drastically different. The scales are out of weight. You know what I'm saying? And there's only one subset. What?
How dare you think?
It's messed up. It's messed up to think. I can see why people want to be sheep. They're like, I don't want to know. Not there, not there, not there. That's a reference to Rose Red by Stephen King. Very good movie. Love Stephen King.
Well, that's the thing is once you get the blinders taken off, now you can see, and once you can see, you don't want to see.
And you can't unsee.
Exactly.
That's why
that's a
they made
conundrum.
rose-colored glasses.
You know what? I tried them rose-colored glasses. They hurt my eyes.
I like the yellow one.
I like the ones that cover my eyes so that people don't see what I'm looking at.
Dark green.
So, in other words, you don't want people to know when you're shooting laser beams at them?
Nope. I want that shit to be a surprise.
I want mine yellow so they can see that I'm glaring at them with a bright glaring factor. Yes, indeed, fact. I'm giving you the death stare. Enjoy it.
The death stare
Anything
from the
you
death.
want, you got it. Anything you need, you got it.
For entertainment purposes only.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That was perfect.
Those words were used for entertainment
Getting
purposes
ready?
only.
Anything at all, you got
You
it.
got it.
Baby.
That's what we should do. We should do karaoke with no music.
They're still
Was
gonna
that
burn us. What's that, Linda?
Was that Vinci?
No,
That was
That
Moose.
was singing? No, that was Moose.
You guys
Yeah.
are messing with my.
So Matrix Man does karaoke all the time on his channel,
hmm
and has no problem with it.
I
He
want to
does it
know
with
how he
sound and
does it.
everything.
I think he uses karaoke tracks. Lots of them look. I've seen him look for karaoke tracks before. That has no
You just have
vocals.
to. All you got to
I-
do is type in, since Home Slice over there likes Beyonce, just type in Beyonce and karaoke after.
Huh.
Really? So there must have been. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Who doesn't enjoy a good all the single ladies? All right. I know you be dancing and not telling us when that comes on.
all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Oh, I look
Everybody
like a
does.
I just have a question for Mrs. Moose. Is that Mrs. Shower song? You just do it so well, Moose. I had to ask.
That was good.
We're great singers. This is why we should do karaoke.
It's still snowing. Look outside. See if it's still snowing.
Well, as far as I can see, Larry has left the building. He's like, at the mere thought of doing karaoke had him shaking in his boots.
It's okay. You can keep your
Right.
camera on.
Like Cowardly the Lion or Elvis shaking in his boots?
There's
Those are two different things, Moose.
We're talking Larry here, so I mean he wants panties and bras being thrown on stage. That's the kind of shaking we're talking.
Hey, I'm a hound dog. No friend of mine.
See, I knew he had that shake leg going on. What do they call it? Modern days, the stank
Stanky
leg.
leg. I got the stanky
Stanky
leg.
leg?
Stanky leg.
There's so much noise in my house. How can you guys even hear me?
Hang on, buddy.
So you ever go to a public restroom and you just straight nuclear atomically explode in the bathroom, and then
That's why
somebody walks in right as you're leaving?
Nasty. And you're laughing as you pass them.
Hey, Vincey.
I was.
Vincey,
I was
Moose has a
laughing.
question for you. You ready for this? Have you ever gone into a restaurant bathroom and exploded it? Was it? Hey, Vincey, did you walk out of the bathroom and say, "Don't go in there"?
Mom.
All right,
Nah,
go.
dude. I just walk out laughing.
That's it. You don't have to say a word.
Anything.
I've been in the store a few times and cleared a couple aisleways.
Bathroom humor. We are all educated people.
Yo, me and my husband will mess with each other like that.
No
We'll be
water
walking
for you.
down
No
the
dropping the
aisle,
water.
and one of us will let one go and then start walking really, really fast away from the other.
Well, I'll tell you though, there is a method to my madness because you could have 6 people in the aisleway, and there's always got to be one person in front of the shit that you want. So if you let a really good one and they vacate, now you got that whole aisleway to get whatever you need.
Come, get your food.
I got to go let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's how we're gonna clean up.
This.
That's how we're gonna clean up the YouTube streets. We need Uncle Larry to go around and blow some ass on all these channels.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really what we'd be doing in the YouTube streets is farting next to each other and running away.
Get this. Get your food.
No, be
Come
like,
on.
this is what you do. You let a SBD out, silent but deadly, and then you
And then you
turn to
run.
the person to your right. You make up a name if you have to. and you're like, Sally, how could you? And walk away.
But you got to say it loud.
Yes.
You have to say
you're
it with a
super
straight face
offended.
too.
What's that, Moose?
You have to say it with a straight face too. Like you got to be looking like this. Like, God,
Sally.
what is wrong with you?
What crawled up your ass this morning and died? That's a boy if I need to change a pants. He's having an issue. Can you help him?
Tell my brother.
No lie, guys. For the first time ever, 2 weeks ago, my son let one rip and chased me out of my own truck.
Dang.
When you said that, oh my God.
Dude, it was bad. I'm like, Vincy, you just chased mommy out of your own truck.
Here, Mom.
Made you gag, huh?
Flower.
Sure did. I would have said, damn, dude, what you eating? But we're the one that buys the food. So, damn, Mom, what you feeding him?
What you feeding that boy, girl?
Holy moly.
Tell Mama you picked her a wildflower.
It's 8:30. I'm waiting to hear from the old man.
Don't do it.
I have to go meet him at the bottom of the hill. But he hasn't left town yet. And what could be a 45-minute drive might be an hour and 15-minute drive.
Oh, now she's going for it.
Minnie Moose is going for it?
Oh, going for the dog food? No. It was sitting there on the floor for a while. Not a while, but, you know, long enough for her to see it and not want it.
Yep.
Because one of our dogs did that this morning. That's not normal for them not to eat. So I picked it up so it wouldn't cause no commotion.
Yep, that's what I do too. You get your morning meal, and if you don't eat, it doesn't sit there to wait for you.
Yeah, if you don't eat, then that's just your own damn problem. You don't get to eat.
Well, the smaller dogs that are like their daddy, we have to eventually give them an afternoon meal because Socks will only eat, even if he's starving, he'll only eat about a cup and a half of food.
I'll tell you,
And 6, 7, 8 hours later, he'll eat the other cup and a half of food. Usually in the middle of the night when you just falling asleep and all you hear is remember that? Thank you, asshole. I wasn't just falling asleep. It only takes me another 2 hours to get there again.
Using that kind of language. This is a child's broadcast right here.
I am so sorry, Moose.
I don't know what to tell you. You came in here.
You know what?
You know
Mary,
you're
you need to
giving
tell
me
your
shit.
daughter to stop arguing with me because I always win.
That's right. It's about Moose 24/7 all the time. Moose.
That's right. We're doing 7 hours today. 7 hours straight.
And if you try to say like hot spot, no, Moose. It's really simple.
What the hell are they?
Moose, like that.
Well, I think Moose is a weird fix. There, now it's about Moose.
Why?
Oh, the broom. He wants to know where the broom is.
Why you talking the trailer like that, Moose?
What's up? I'm looking in the truck for all the water bottles. I think my wife threw them out though.
Virtually, you're rocking. Hot box.
She took your water bottle so you could borg out every once in a while.
Damn, man. Hey, where's all the water at?
Sentence my ass.
Did you throw all the containers away? All right. Credit card.
I hear baby girl. I hear baby girl making noise.
Yeah, I just
Background
checked.
nausea.
Mary, I just checked my security cameras that the cops showed up there at 12:35 and was there when I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Dang, they were
3.5
watching you.
hours on a warrant?
yeah, 4 hours on a warrant.
What were they searching for? A needle in a haystack?
Well, you know, that guy was hiding underneath. He was hiding underneath the bed or in the closet, or yeah, he was in the closet. He finally came out of the closet and revealed his true self.
Oh my God. How long does it take 10 cops to find one fugitive? Depends. Did they look under the bed? Did they look in the closets?
Maybe behind one of the open doors, like
That wasn't part of their training. What the hell are you thinking?
That's right.
no, they just got tackling, maybe.
They only know how to use their knees. Wait, get it?
They know how to go. Stop resisting. It's stuff
Hey,
like
where's
that.
Manel
They
been?
know how to go.
Moose is still looking for his water bottle, poor guy.
He's so thirsty.
Stop it.
So did you hear?
Found my
Chili
water
got
bottles and
arrested? Hey Moose,
What?
did you hear
What?
Chili got arrested?
what for what?
He was filming some traffic stop and he got arrested in Las Vegas.
Wow.
He got arrested.
I mean,
Chile.
that's really what does happen, though, when you're actually boots on the ground instead of ass on the couch.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
that's what happens.
literally.
Boots on the ground, ass on the couch.
Yep.
And he gave the cop his old, I'm a constitutional, whatever Cop didn't care.
Couch out. A medical condition where your butt floats into the shape of a couch permanently.
Roasting couch ass?
What are you doing? Roasting what?
That's the disease that's out there. Resting couch ass. Instead of resting bitch face, it's resting couch ass.
Yeah, when your butt deflates into the shape of a couch permanently.
You know what your disease is.
You walk around kind of hunched over a little bit. You always got something in your hand, a remote or a phone.
A mouse.
Mouse?
Resting couch ass, you know. What do they used to call the armchair quarterbacks? Yeah, people who aren't willing to get up and do it, whatever it is, but they'll sit there. A backseat driver, that's another one.
Oh, okay.
You got it now? Okay, she's got it, guys. She's got it.
That was a long journey.
That was a very long walk. That was a long walk off a short pier, is what they call that.
Norfolk. Here I
Oh, we're just waiting to hear from Dad now. He's going to message me. And then we'll get up and do all those
This
things,
ain't
okay?
Ain't got no water.
Ain't got no
Damn,
water.
that sucks. Machine ain't got no water, man. Ain't got no water.
Oh, man.
You kiss my boy?
Man. Ain't got no water.
No water.
No water, man. What am I going to do?
Say that
What am
again,
I going to
Linda.
do?
My youngest grandson will be here around 8 o'clock. So I'll be in the chat room if y'all are still on.
Oh, okay,
Hi.
cool. Much love, girl.
Linda, have a wonderful day.
Oh, okay,
Where's that
cool.
rooster at? Where's that rooster at?
He's chilling right
That's one Chilcott.
Yeah, when Dad gets home, we're going to make eggs.
Maybe some salt.
Oh, okay, bud. He didn't hurt me. He was just trying to laugh. He's fine.
He's just decided. He's to the pants. I'm sorry.
So when
Nobody's
when I
hurt.
bring Dad back, we're gonna have a brunch.
Okay.
Let's give him something small to eat right now, and we'll have brunch when I go get Dad. Hey, Linda, I told you my chickens really started laying again after I changed their food.
Good. So awesome, because it makes
Yeah,
sense,
I'm
right?
pretty excited. Well, it
I
was
mean, it
kind
makes
of
sense.
disappointing.
Isn't working, change it up, and then you get results.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, I didn't even know anything was wrong because it coincided with the
Yeah.
winter coming.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said your chickens started laying again after they changed their food, I was like, huh, maybe it's not the winter that's doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the first time after I bought 18 eggs at the store, the first day my daughter walked in with 13 eggs from the coop. And then the second day was 9. So I think that's probably what my average is probably going to be, between 7 and 10 eggs a day.
Yeah, it's good to get that big surprise. I mean, I enjoy going and getting eggs. Sometimes there's 4 in there. Sometimes there's a single one in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, I'm getting 4 to 5 eggs, and I have 5 chickens. So Lucy has
And
a
no one's
tendency.
broody, right?
I'm sorry.
No
Come
one's
again?
broody.
No, I'm doing the incubator. I've got 11
They'll
eggs. I
still
think it's
go
11.
broody when they want to nest, though. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, but no one's like doing that.
How is the
My old,
incubator thing going?
so far so good.
You're
So
what, a week into it now?
we started on the 2nd. So yeah,
On the
little over a
2nd. Oh, almost
I'm
2 weeks then.
on some of because I have different. I pulled eggs on different days from the girls on the. So I have like 3 or 4 that are right behind it. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
like on I don't know, like 14 or 15th day or something like that.
Well, now that they're
So
laying again, we got to stay on it because we really, really, really don't need to be dealing with baby chickens. Like, I really need a couple months break after this whole puppy fiasco, you know?
that's why I was tickled that I got rid of the roosters and then I'm playing with these eggs. And then my bunny rabbit decided to drop me a nice little litter. Nothing like getting a 6-pack before Easter. Well,
A 6-pack of a rabbit, huh?
that's what I counted. She was nursing. I was
Yeah,
sitting there
yes,
watching,
sir.
and she lifted off, and I saw 6 little heads pop off.
Get out of there. God damn it.
What's up, Larry?
My cat was walking on my keyboard.
Linda asked if you've candled the eggs yet.
Yeah, I have, and it's pretty cool to watch. It's pretty magnificent to
Do
watch.
you see the vein?
I have a couple. The darker ones are harder to see the veins in, but like
Mhm.
Lucy's white, so you can see like a beak. And, yeah.
Really? You can see all that now?
Well, with the whiter egg, they're more translucent. I can't say that. You
Translucent?
see, yeah. And, there we go. And it also depends on when you're doing it. You need a pitch black room so you get the full effect.
Oh, right.
And I guess there's another way I learned. It's like checking the egg, the water check, like you would check an egg to see if it's good.
Yeah.
Same principle with the incubated egg. And I guess if it drops, it's no good. If it floats halfway, it's a goodie. And if it only floats a little bit up, it's no good. It's weird. It's
Wait.
have like half of the egg showing for it to be a good egg out of the water floating.
So are you doing that during the incubation process?
They said it shouldn't hurt the coating. I know where you're going with that. They said it shouldn't hurt the coating. And I did do this to check on. I had a couple. Remember, we were changing incubators,
Yeah.
so I had a couple flops. So I tested, and I had 3. I call them 50% eggs because they floated
Mhm.
it. And I put them back in, and they're still doing great. They're still doing fine.
Huh. Okay, so I guess the water issue is really only important if you plan on storing unfertilized eggs.
Exactly. If you're planning on trying to dry store your eggs after you've dumped them in water, it's a no-go. You need to refrigerate them.
Yes. Unless you're doing the incubator like you're doing.
Exactly. If you're doing an incubator, then yeah, and you don't want to use cold water. You want warm water. You want to be shocking them.
Well, I would go a step further, Linda, and maybe use like a filtered water even.
Yeah, I could have.
Just because they do put so much bleach in the water, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far so good.
He's not working. He's getting propane and stuff. Oh, he's probably doing some shopping. Yeah.
I love you, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So it's gonna be an inside day, I guess. Right there, right, mommy?
Wow.
We need to go out and search for some pallets so we can build some rabbit. We gotta build some rabbit, some more rabbit stuff. So, I'm a little stoked about that.
See, I knew once you were able to count heads, you would start planning on the new homes and play huts for them.
Yeah. I have the dog kennels, and they do work, but I like the idea of them being able to touch ground.
Right? Are you gonna make them like their own little square? Like you could open up their cage and they got their own little play area away from the other animals?
I like a playpen because I would like to get my baby chicks and my bunnies together. The whole new baby set. I want to start a baby nursery.
And get them used to each other, kinda.
Yep. Ducks do
Gotcha.
better. They eat the same food, but you can when they're enough. You can do that.
We saw a guy. He had his goats and chickens together. That seemed to look like a pretty fun area.
Yeah, one guy I follow, he's been kind of going overboard, but it's funny as fuck because he's got the property. But he started with chickens, and then he got him some bunnies, then he got him an incubator, started incubating chickies. Then he went and got him some more bunnies, and then he went and got himself a peacock. I'm just rolling. I'm rolling. I'm watching this guy. He's a Georgia guy, and I'm rolling. And then I turn it on this morning, and he's got 2 baby goats. And I'm just rolling. He's got the baby goats with the baby chick, or no, with his rooster and his hens, and they're doing just fine. No one's messing with nobody. It's a big enough area that everyone has, they can migrate around and not run into each other. I think that's
right. And see, I wanna do that with my area too. Like right now, there's small chicken pens, but once the whole square is complete, the outside wall will stay, but the inside walls will be taken down so everybody can be together. Because goats and chickens can live together happily. So if I make the area big enough, which I have the land to do so, our biggest thing is just keeping predators out.
Yep.
Because then we could use automatic doors and not have to be out there every day and every night making sure everything's all locked up, But I think I have to get off the phone and call the old man because he should have called me by now.
All righty. You have a good one. Stay warm.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Larry. Much love. Thanks for having me as always. Say bye, Larry.
Bye.
Bye bye. Have a
Say
great
bye,
day.
Linda.
Thanks for joining the day with me.
Bye, Linda.
Say bye, Hotboxing.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye bye. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go look too, so I can get ready for my grandson.
All right. Well, you take care. Have a great day.
If you're on later, I'll pop.
All right.
All righty. Bye bye.
Bye
Kick me
bye.
out. I want to be
All right.
kicked out.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
I love it.
That's right. So it says we got 2 people in chat. I believe Erm is still one of them. You still there, Erm? Linda's still here. So you're one of the 2. All right. Well, since nobody seems to want to interject with this dirty old man, I think I'm just gonna quit the stream at close to 3 hours today. We'll probably come back on later on sometime. You guys have a great day and better tomorrow. Bye.